My name is Paul Ryan, and this is my story on Tailgate Memoirs. I got into racing at a very early age. My dad seemed to always had some fast vehicle, Jaguars and those sort of thing. And he started me in his lap from a very early age to manage the steering wheel. Coming up with the guys, I just got fond of motorsports, heavily into drag racing. I mean, we started on the streets, of course, and matured into an official racetrack at John I, where most of my professional racing started. I also did venture off into racing in the US, the Virgin Islands, Trinidad, where I expanded my love for the sport. My hobbies is motorsports, mainly. Drag racing is the key to that. I also love boating, and I've fallen in love with community service, being a Rotarian, so I devote a lot of my spare time to helping out persons in the community. Honda to me is a very innovative company. I mean, when my dad joined forces with a group from St. Lucia to start the dealership in Antigua, I was at the forefront, even though I was a kid, and growing up, learning more and more about the product, the innovative, the Formula One racing, the Indy racing, the fact that they build motorcycles and all sort of, they even build aircraft now. So I think it's one of the most innovative companies in Japan, building the best cars and one of the best products. And as you know, we started back in '79, and at that time there was not much of a choice in quality motor vehicles in Antigua. And Honda was basically the best choice that was available to us at the time. Still is. Over the years, I've practically turbocharged everything that I drove, as a performance type vehicle. Back in the day, obviously, there was not much of a choice when I started in, in '83 with my Civics. Basically, it was just mixing the fuel and taking off the exhaust back in the day. I love turbo. I love the feel of a turbo, I love the sound. I love the pull from a turbo. I don't get that excitement from a normally aspirated vehicle. Even my pickup is turbocharged. My first vehicle was not a car, it was a pickup. Back then they called it a Honda Active pickup. That's what I drove to school in my last 2 years. Then I went on to my little Civic S. I've had various vehicles, but my first was actually a pickup. I don't know if that's why I still love driving a pickup as a daily driver. My biggest competition was Ewart Harney. I mean, you can look back at, from Crabs to Telstar. I'm not sure if we met at Firestone, but you name it. He was my toughest rival. I mean, did put some licks in him sometimes, but Han is a very smart racer. My greatest achievement in motorsport was to run 9 seconds. The first Honda probably in the Caribbean to run 9 seconds, front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, turbocharged. That would have been my great accomplishment. My second greatest achievement was to be on an international track, Moroso Speedway, in a competition, a real competition, against some real big American, top guys. I did place third in the event, and other than that, I think achieving 9 seconds, a lot of drivers here took quite a long time to reach my time. I mean, I held that record around here for quite some time. I didn't take it any further because the facilities that John and I at the time just could not. You could not drive a Honda any faster on that track because it didn't have a proper runoff. And now that we're at North Sound, I haven't really built a car. I haven't really raced at North Sound. My daughter Tiffany, I mean, she can't wait to get her hands on that. She's done some drag racing at the North Sound. She's very enthused about motorsports. She drives a Honda Fit RS, and she just seems to be following to my footsteps. I think the best car that I've ever owned is sitting right here beside me. The NSX would have been one of the better cars, but I think as technology rolls on, I mean, this car has 306 horsepower. The NSX at 3,000 pounds had 270 horsepower. In a V6, I mean, the most I could have gotten out of it was probably another 60 horsepower by boosting it. Handling, nimbleness, the responsiveness of this car, I think this, and as you know from what you've seen outside YouTube, this is one of the best cars ever built, four-cylinder cars ever built in the world today. And I was pleased when Honda offered me one that, you know, as a demo type car for Antigua. And I'll never regret any day driving that car. Every time I'm in that car, I feel like I'm on a circuit. To folks, young folks especially, don't speed on the highways of Antigua. I mean, back in the day, I could have raced from Shirley Heights to Robertson gas station with my foot flat. You can't do that today. There's too many cars on the road, and the roads are not as safe. There's just animals crossing the street, potholes, unexpected. Drive within the speed limit when you're on the streets, the country's roads. Be careful maneuvering, overtaking. We have some new highways, Friesel Road and the Airport Road. Be very careful. Keep your seatbelt on and drive safely. Try and drive within the speed limit. We know that there's the attraction to drive fast. Now we have good roads, but be safe. I mean, the life you save could be your very own. Take the racing to the track.